morning, children. Welcome again. Today we'll continue chapter Health and Diseases. Today we are going to do about the disease and its causes. So what does disease look like? Now here are the symptoms of disease. In our body, children, many organ systems are present, and these organ systems, they perform specific functions. Like digestive system, it helps to digest food. Circulatory system, it pumps blood to all the body parts. Respiratory system helps in breathing. And when there is a disease, the functioning of these systems, they get disturbed. When digestive system cannot digest food, normally person shows signs of discomfort as stomachache, vomiting, acidity, loose motion, etc. Now these signs of discomfort are symptoms of disease related to digestive disorder. So we can say that functioning or the appearance of one or more systems of the body will change for the worse when there is a disease. Symptoms of disease are the things we feel as being wrong, like headache, cough, running nose, loose motion, vomiting, body ache, wound with pus are all symptoms. Now, symptoms indicate that there may be disease. Now, acute and chronic diseases. Sometimes disease lasts for a very short period. They are known as acute diseases, and the diseases which last for a long period, they are known as chronic diseases. Common cold, it is an acute disease, but elephantiasis, it is a chronic disease. Any disease which causes poor functioning of the body part will affect our health. A chronic disease lasts for a long time, so it affects our general health. Like tuberculosis, it is a chronic disease of lungs. If a person is suffering from tuberculosis, he loses weight, feels tired. An acute disease lasts for a short period, so it will not affect general health. Like cough and cold, they are acute diseases, and there are no visible effects on the health of a person. Now, causes of disease. Disease that are caused by microorganisms, protozoans, nematodes, and members of platyhelminthes. Now come to viral diseases. Viruses, they are obligate parasites. That means they infect almost every kind of cells, whether they are prokaryotic or eukaryotic. They lack cellular organization, but they contain genetically determined macromolecular organization, genetic material. Now, this genetic material shows mutations and inheritance. Now, come to some important viral diseases in man. Number one is influenza, which is caused by myxovirus, and it is of three types, A, B, and C. Viruses, they cause infection through droplet, and it affects respiratory passage, epithelial lining of trachea and bronchi. Next is chickenpox, which is also a highly infectious disease caused by varicella zoster virus. Encephalitis, it is the infection of brain. Herpes zoster, it is the infection of nerves which results in painful rash of small blisters on a strip of skin anywhere in the body. Smallpox, it is also a viral infection which is spread by droplet infection. Patients, they suffer from sudden high fever, headache and pain in the body. Mumps, it is also a highly contagious viral disease. Measles, it is also a contagious viral disease which is characterized by distinct rash and fever. Now, dengue fever also include severe pain in limbs and muscular, which is accompanied by high fever, and the virus it is transmitted by female Aedes mosquito. AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is caused by virus human immunodeficiency virus or HIV. Severe acute respiratory syndrome or SARS is also a respiratory disease which is caused by virus. Hepatitis is inflammation of the liver which can be caused by viruses and medications or toxic agents. They may be acute or chronic. Now, there are 5 forms of viral hepatitis: hepatitis A, hepatitis B, C, D, and E. Now, hepatitis A is common in children but is seen more frequently in people of all ages. It is spread by virus from infected person's feces directly or indirectly, contaminated food, drinking water, etc. Incubation period is 2 to 6 weeks after infection. Hepatitis B is the most serious form of hepatitis which is caused by hepatitis B virus, and it is spread through sexual contact, blood transfusion, or exposure to an infected person's blood. Hepatitis C, it is transmitted by direct blood contact. Less common ways are through sexual contact or from mother to child at birth. Hepatitis D is found mainly in intravenous drugs users who are carrier of the hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis A is considered an acute condition. Now come to bacterial diseases. Bacteria, as you know children, they are prokaryotic microorganisms. They are single-celled, and individual bacteria, they have spherical, cylindrical or spiral shapes. They are useful as well harmful, and some bacteria they cause disease in man. The bacterial diseases are spread by water, air and contaminated food. Now bacterial diseases may pneumonia, leprosy, tetanus, cholera, diphtheria, typhoid, tuberculosis and many more. Now diseases caused by protozoans. They are an independent eukaryotic cell, and some protozoans they are enteroparasite of human body. They produce diseases like amoebiasis, pyorrhea, malaria, kala azar and sleeping sickness. Now the disease caused by nematodes. Nematodes, they are roundworms or threadworms whose body is elongated, narrow and spindle shaped. About 50 species, they are human parasites. Like nematodes, they cause ascariasis, elephantiasis and oxyureasis. Now the disease caused by flatworms are platyhelminthes. The flatworms, they are dorsiventrally flattened bilaterally symmetrical organisms. And the common examples are liver rot and teniasis are the diseases which are caused by flatworms. The diseases caused by fungi. Now fungi, they include eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms, and they have multicellular thallus-like body. Now thallus consists of network of branched thin filaments called hyphae. Some fungi, they cause diseases in men like ringworm. So these are the SARS virus which are coming out of the surface of infected cell. Now Leishmania, it is the protozoan organism that causes kala azar. Then the Staphylococci, the bacteria which causes an acne. And Trypanosoma, the protozoan which is responsible for sleeping sickness. And adult roundworms or the Scarus lumbricoides, which is present in the small intestine. Now the disease causal organisms which we discussed above, they are immediate cause of disease. But there are certain diseases which are also responsible for the occurrence of different type of symptoms. Now here the contributory causes play important role like general health and immunity. Generally, people with good health and immunity, they do not catch infection easily. because the immune system fights with the pathogen and destroys it. Nourishment, like balanced diet and clean drinking water, they are necessary for maintaining good health. And if we drink contaminated water, we become prone to the infection. Genetic factors, like there are 46 chromosomes in a man, but the genes they differ from each other. The genetic differences they contribute in deciding resistance or sensitiveness to infection. Public services. Poor public services like poor sanitation, cleaning of drains, dumping of garbage, they cause infection. And the chances of infection also increases if we thrive them around the surroundings. So we can conclude that the first level of disease, which causes disease, is a pathogen. Poor health is a second level of cause, and poverty or lack of public service it becomes a third level of cause. The infectious and non-infectious causes we'll learn in our next class. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.